finally got their tech-free paradise. Then Dad fell. I'm watching my parents delete every app on my phone. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, even YouTube. While Mom says, these apps are turning your brain to mush. When we were kids, we survived without them just fine. They install monitoring software that blocks everything electronic, including Google Docs, which means I can't access group projects. Even my emails need parental approval. It's completely insane. I show up to Starbucks for our chemistry lab meeting and wait 45 minutes before walking to school, where I find everyone in the library halfway done with the project. My lab partner looks up and says, didn't you get my snap? We changed the location 3 hours ago. Everyone stares at me like I'm from another planet when I explain I no longer have social media and I want to disappear into the floor. The worst part happens at lunch, when my best friend is showing everyone something on her phone and they're all dying laughing. But when she sees me and starts to turn the screen, she remembers and says, oh right, you wouldn't get it anyway. It's from a group chat. And they keep laughing while I pretend to read my book. When I get home, I try explaining that I need Instagram to know about school events. But Mom tell me to check the school website, which hasn't been updated since 2019. When I tell Dad my teacher posts homework updates on Google Classroom, he says, then she can email us directly. But she won't, because that's not how teachers work anymore. I spend 3 hours with colored pencils and poster board drawing out charts, showing how I'm missing school announcements, how my grades are dropping from missed group work, how I can't even access the essay submission portal. But when I present it to them at dinner, Dad barely even looks at it before saying, all you've done is waste paper to complain about nothing. We had none of this and graduated just fine. You're being ridiculous. Mom adds, honestly, this just proves you have too much time on your hands. Maybe we should give you more chores. You'll thank us when your brain isn't rotted like your cousins. She's on her phone 12 hours a day. But I'm not thankful. I'm completely isolated from everyone and everything. The public library has computers with no restrictions, and I tell my parents I'm studying for tests. But really, I get 3 days a week to live a normal teenage life. I finally see the 17 messages about our history presentation being moved to tomorrow, and I actually gasp out loud because I would have missed it completely. I watch YouTube tutorials for chemistry class, but I also end up watching this guy making fun of his overprepared dad. He demonstrates emergency whistle patterns as a joke, but something makes me take a picture of it anyway. Maybe because my family keeps talking about that camping trip next month. I even watched some random first aid video about splinting broken bones because it autoplayed after the chemistry tutorial. Then one day I see Mom's car through the window and my heart stops because I still have 3 tabs open about a party I wanted to go to. I frantically close everything and pull up an article about internet addiction with 2 seconds to spare. Mom comes in to let me know she's early, and I pretend I'm researching for an essay about the dangers of technology. She buys it completely, even praising my initiative for understanding why social media is evil. My parents plan a digital detox weekend camping in the mountains, saying, this is what real connection looks like, and there's no cell service for miles, which they love, but makes me anxious. Day 2. Dad wants to explore an unmarked trail for a real adventure, not that virtual reality garbage. The trail gets narrower and steeper while Dad's showing off walking backwards, lecturing about experiencing nature. This is living, not staring at some screen pretending to have adventures, he says, right before his foot catches on a root, and he tumbles 15 feet down into a ravine. I hear his ankle snap the wrong direction. His scream echoes off the rocks. Mom screams, call 911, but Dad groans, there's no service. That's why we picked this spot, remember? Mom tries to help him climb up, but he screams louder, saying, I can't move it, I think it's broken. Mom insists we try the phones anyway, but they show no signal, and my phone is blocked from everything anyway. However, I remember the TikTok about ankle splinting using sticks and a torn shirt. Mom, we need straight branches and strips of fabric, I say. She looks at me shocked, asking, how do you know about splinting? But she still goes to find what I asked for. Meanwhile, I remember the YouTube video about emergency whistle patterns, doing 3 short, 3 long, 3 short for SOS. I start whistling the pattern over and over while Mom stares at me like I've lost my mind. A pair of rangers heard my whistle call and found us. When we finally get Dad to safety, the paramedic says the TikTok splint saved him from permanent damage. Next morning, Mom returns my phone with all apps restored.